In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 college basketball games happening on January 27, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Penn State versus Michigan. The Penn State Nittany Lions are set to face off against the number 21 Michigan Wolverines in an exciting conference matchup. These two teams met twice last season, with Penn State emerging victorious in both encounters. Recently, the Nittany Lions suffered a hard-fought defeat on the road to Iowa, narrowly losing 76-75 as 3.5-point underdogs. On the other hand, Michigan is coming off a tough loss on the road to number 11 Purdue, where they were defeated 91-64, failing to cover the spread as 4.5-point underdogs. The Michigan Wolverines have struggled in their last 2 road games within the Big Ten, but they are now returning home, where they have been undefeated in conference play so far. Penn State, on the other hand, utilizes a 4-guard lineup with Niederhauser positioned inside. Hicks, who is listed as a forward in the starting lineup, plays more like a guard, primarily looking to take deep shots from beyond the arc. The Nittany Lions lack the depth in the post to match up with Michigan's bigs, Golden and Wolf, which could be a decisive factor in this game. Penn State's shooting ability is not sufficient enough to stretch the Wolverines' defense, as Kern and Niederhauser are not threats from long range. Michigan will likely dominate the paint with their strong interior presence. Defensively, Penn State ranks only 70th in efficiency, while Michigan sits at 15th in offensive efficiency. Given the circumstances, I don't have much confidence in Penn State's ability to keep this game close. While the Nittany Lions do possess the ability to force turnovers, I don't believe this will be enough to counter Michigan's significant size advantage in the post. I anticipate the Wolverines will begin to pull away in the second half, asserting their dominance. Ultimately, Michigan is expected to win comfortably, so the Michigan Wolverines money line is our full game side pick. Both teams are ranked in the top 50 for pace of play, with Penn State sitting at 38th and Michigan at 48th out of 364 Division I schools. These two teams also tend to be more proficient on the offensive end compared to their defensive performance. Penn State is 43rd in offensive efficiency but only 70th defensively, while Michigan is 15th in offensive efficiency and 34th on defense. With both teams having suffered a few recent losses, they are likely to play an aggressive and fast-paced game, seeking to score quickly in transition. Penn State gave up 90 points to Michigan State and engaged in a high-scoring contest with Oregon, combining for a total of 163 points in a close game. Michigan has gone over the projected total in each of their last 7 games. Although the projected total for this game is quite high, it doesn't reach 160 unless Vegas expects a fast-paced, high-scoring affair. Based on recent trends and the offensive firepower of both teams, this game is likely to see plenty of points. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. NC State versus Duke. On Monday night, the NC State Wolfpack will face off against the Duke Blue Devils in a highly anticipated Atlantic Coast Conference basketball matchup. This game marks another chapter in their long-standing Tobacco Road rivalry. Recently, North Carolina State has enjoyed some success, winning 2 consecutive games in this rivalry series. However, Duke has proven to be the more dominant team overall, having claimed victory in 6 of the last 10 meetings between the two. Additionally, the Blue Devils hold a commanding lead in the all-time series, with a 99-74 advantage over the Wolfpack. Duke enters this contest with an undefeated record in conference play and will enjoy the advantage of playing at home. The Blue Devils have been impressive offensively, shooting close to 48% from the field, and have consistently posted strong point totals, including scoring at least 86 points in 3 of their last 4 games. In fact, Duke has won 6 of its last 8 games by a margin of 22 points or more, demonstrating their ability to dominate opponents. On the other hand, NC State has struggled in conference play with a disappointing 2 30-6 record. Despite their struggles, the Wolfpack have kept games close, losing their last 4 contests by a combined total of just 14 points. NC State's offense has been underwhelming, shooting 44.4% from the field and failing to score more than 62 points in 3 of their past 4 games. The Duke Blue Devils certainly have the talent to overwhelm NC State, and the disparity in skill between the two teams makes Duke a clear favorite. NC State has had difficulty covering the spread, failing to do so in 6 of their last 7 games. The Wolfpack, an average team at best, simply lack the offensive depth to pose a significant challenge to a Duke squad that features several players with NBA potential. Nevertheless, Duke's recent performance against Wake Forest, where they allowed the Demon Deacons to stay in the game longer than expected, may serve as a reminder that Duke isn't invincible. Additionally, the Blue Devils may be looking ahead to their next game against North Carolina, which could cause them to be less focused. It's also worth noting that NC State hasn't been a 20-point underdog since 2009 when they faced North Carolina. The Wolfpack rarely find themselves in such situations, making this a rare test for them. While Duke should ultimately come out on top in this matchup, NC State has proven to be capable of staying competitive in games. So our full game side pick is for the NC State Wolfpack to cover the spread as underdogs. The under has been a consistent trend for both teams, with Duke having gone under the total in 26 of their last 37 games, and NC State following suit, with the under hitting in 23 of their last 41 games. Combined, these two teams have gone under the total 25 times in 38 games this season. Duke's defensive strength will be on full display in this game, particularly against a North Carolina State offense that has struggled to produce points in Atlantic Coast Conference play. The Wolfpack have scored 62 points or fewer in 4 of their last 6 conference matchups, highlighting their offensive limitations. Additionally, NC State is known for playing a slow-paced game, ranking 332nd nationally in adjusted tempo according to Ken Palm. Duke, while also a slow-paced team, ranks 265th in tempo, meaning both teams are likely to take their time with each possession. As a result, the game is expected to be low-scoring. The under has also been successful in the last 5 head-to-head meetings between these two rivals. Based on these trends, it's likely that the under will continue to hit in this matchup in Durham. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. UCLA versus Southern California. The UCLA Bruins are heading to the Galen Center in Los Angeles, California, where they will face off against the Southern California Trojans. UCLA is currently ranked 5th in the Big Ten Conference with an overall season record of 14-6, and their conference record stands at 5-4. On the other hand, Southern California holds the 10th position in the Big Ten, boasting a season record of 12-7 and a conference record of 4-4. In their previous matchup, Southern California emerged victorious over UCLA with a final score of 62-56. While this game is an away contest for UCLA, their trip to the Galen Center is relatively short, as it is located nearby in Los Angeles. This matchup, which pits two local rivals against each other, is sure to be an exciting one. The spread for the game is currently set at just 1 point, with UCLA being a slight favorite on the road. Despite having 7 losses so far this season, Southern California has shown significant improvement in conference play. The Trojans have won 3 of their last 4 games, and their record within the conference is currently 4-4. Given their recent performance, we believe Southern California has a strong chance of securing a home victory. One key player who has contributed greatly to their success is leading scorer Desmond Claude. Claude put up an impressive 31 points in their road upset win against Illinois and is averaging 16 points per game this season. UCLA is seemingly on track for an NCAA tournament bid, but their offensive struggles away from home may hinder their chances in this game. The Bruins have faced significant challenges scoring on the road, and this is likely to be a major factor preventing them from securing a win. On the road this season, UCLA has been averaging only 65 points per game, and it seems unlikely that they will be able to outscore Southern California in this contest. According to Ken Palm's advanced metrics, Southern California's offense is ranked 5th in adjusted efficiency and 6th in three-point percentage in Big Ten play. In contrast, UCLA's offense is ranked just 13th in the conference, while Southern California's defense ranks 5th in three-point percentage. This suggests that UCLA may struggle to shoot effectively from beyond the arc. UCLA's defense has also shown signs of weakness during conference play, as they have allowed opponents to shoot 37.1% from three-point range. Additionally, the Bruins continue to allow a high number of free throw attempts, ranking dead last in the conference conference in defensive free throw rate at .438. Given that the Trojans excel at getting to the free throw line, this could be a key advantage for Southern California in their effort to defeat UCLA. One area of concern for the Trojans will be protecting the paint, as they currently rank 17th in the conference for opposing two-point percentage, allowing opponents to score at a rate of 56.9%. In terms of covering the spread, UCLA has struggled in recent games. The Bruins are 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 contests overall and 2-5 against the spread in their previous 7 meetings with Southern California. Conversely, the Trojans have been more successful in this regard, covering the spread in 7 of their last 10 games overall. Southern California has kept games against UCLA close in recent years, and we expect them to do so again in this matchup. So the Southern California Trojans to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Looking at the over-under trends, Southern California holds a 7-1-0 record in conference games this season, while UCLA has a record of 6-3-0. When the Trojans have had the advantage in rest, their over-under record improves to 6-2-0. Comparing both teams' offensive and defensive averages on the season, as well as their performance in the last 3 games and in home-away settings, we project a total of 148 points for this game. Even if we account for the team's average pace of play, which is 69.9 possessions per game, the projected total remains at 147. Taking all factors into consideration, including the impact of any injured players, we believe that the total will exceed the projected number. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Iowa State versus Arizona. It's going to be an exciting Big 12 showdown on the hardwood as the number 3 Iowa State Cyclones head to the Valley of the Sun to take on the Arizona Wildcats in a highly anticipated matchup Monday night. Iowa State comes into this contest after a road trip to face Arizona State on Saturday afternoon, where they mounted a strong comeback for a 76-61 victory, covering the spread as a 10-point favorite in their previous game. Meanwhile, Arizona hosted Colorado on Saturday afternoon, securing a 78-63 win on their home court, comfortably covering the spread as a 14.5-point favorite in their latest outing. In the history of this series, the Wildcats hold a 4-3 lead, having won the last 3 meetings between these two teams. Their most recent victory came on November 19, 2018, when they won 71-66 during the Maui Invitational. This game promises to be an exciting clash between two talented teams, each with a high-powered offense and an impressive recent run of form. Both teams are currently 7-1 in conference play, with Iowa State suffering a 64-57 loss to West Virginia and Morgantown on January 18, while Arizona also fell to Texas Tech in a 70-54 defeat on the same day. Iowa State has the edge on defense and boasts strong depth within their rotation, which will help them throughout the game. Arizona, however, has the advantage of playing at home, where they have been dominant with a 9-1 record at the McKale Center. Iowa State, on the other hand, has proven to be a formidable road team this season, with a 4-1 record, including an impressive overtime victory at Texas Tech. This game is expected to be a tight contest, but there is a slight discrepancy in the teams against the spread records. Iowa State has posted a 12-7 record against the spread so far this season, while Arizona sits at 10-9 against the spread. According to Ken Palm's net ratings, there is a notable difference between these two teams, as Iowa State ranks 4th in college basketball with a net rating of plus 31.54, while Arizona is ranked 17th with a plus 23.76 rating. So the Iowa State Cyclones to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This matchup will be especially intriguing given that both teams rank in the top 30 in the nation for scoring offense, while also performing above average defensively. Iowa State ranks 10th in the nation for offensive efficiency, 33rd in effective field goal percentage at 55.5%, 25th in turnover percentage at 14.7%, 64th in offensive rebounding percentage at 34%, and 33rd in two-point shooting at 57.1% this season. The Cyclones enjoy pushing the tempo and currently sit 69th in the nation with 69.4 possessions per game. Arizona, meanwhile, is 16th in offensive efficiency, 64th in effective field goal percentage at 53.8%, 85th in turnover percentage at 16%, and 21st in offensive rebounding percentage allowed at 36.4%. The Wildcats also have a fast-paced style, ranking 62nd in adjusted tempo with 69.5 possessions per game. While both teams are strong on defense, they each excel at shooting from both the perimeter and the free throw line. When looking at the offensive ratings this season, these teams are among the best in all of college basketball. Iowa State is currently 10th in the nation with an offensive rating of 122.7, while Arizona sits 16th with a rating of 120.4. Additionally, both teams have demonstrated excellent ball movement and are playing at a fast pace, with Iowa State ranking 69th in adjusted tempo and Arizona slightly ahead at 62nd. Both teams have been outstanding offensively, and they rank in the top 30 nationally for scoring, combining to average 167 points per game. Additionally, both teams are among the top 40 in the country in field goal percentage, and Arizona has gone 3-1 to the over in their last 4 home games. Iowa State will look to push the pace and run, and it's likely that Arizona will be forced to keep up with their fast tempo. With both teams possessing such potent offensive firepower, it's expected that there will be plenty of scoring and excitement in this game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.